What's poppin'? It's DJ Miss Jetson, and you're here with the Red Kool-Aid Podcast. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, and you already know I appreciate you guys for tuning in to the last few videos and showing your love and hitting it up with the comments. Look, I want you guys to just keep doing what you're doing. Comment, like, also subscribe if you haven't already, man. I really do appreciate you guys for showing love to the channel. It's the Red Kool-Aid Podcast Squad. You know what I mean? Jetpack, it is what it is. Let's get straight to it. I'm not going to hold you too long because we're going to get into this video. This is part one of the video. This is Aaron Carter's sister, BJ. BJ is exposing Aaron for some of the things and allegations that he's made against the family, period. Their sister, who has passed away, rest in peace, Leslie, who Aaron Carter has said in the recent times that has molested him. He's made these allegations against her on previous interviews and different things or whatever, saying that his sister Leslie has molested him. His sister BJ came out and said that is false. Matter of fact, she, in her words, she says it's vice versa. Her words. She said it's vice versa. Leslie never did that to him, but it's the other way around. Again, her words. Things that you'll hear her say in part one. I'll also drop part two on this and part three because it's a long video and we have to drop them in that way. So right now we're going to get into BJ talking to Shane Coyle about Aaron Carter, the lies he's been making, the allegations he's been making against Nick Carter and a lot of his family members. Also, she speaks a little bit about their mother and some of the things that she's been a legend that goes on with the family and everything, and even the dogs and the dogs and raising the dogs and the pugs that they have, and PETA going against her mother. Look, this is part one of this video. It's the Red Kool-Aid Podcast. YouTube, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let's go.
What's up, everybody? I gotta kind of keep my voice down because I'm in a household full of sleeping people, but this couldn't wait. I couldn't sit here and let this go another second. If you guys are new to the situation at hand and what's going on, we'll explain briefly, because while this is going on, we want to make sure that it's exposed 100%. So I'm going to let you guys pile in. It's crazy. It's absolute crazy what's happening. Hey guys, do me a favor if you can, share the hell out of this. I want you to share the hell out of this right now. This way, this can be exposed. This way, a justice can be done. Can you guys hear me okay? Make sure. Let me see where BJ's at. Okay, hold on. Bear with me, guys. I'm just going to pause this real fast. Jesse, what's up? How you doing? Hold on. Bear with me 1 second, guys. I'm going to pause you for a minute. All right, sorry. Guys, what you're about to hear is very, very, very powerful. It's going to be very powerful. I see you, Jess. What's up, Beth? Yeah, listen, those of you that don't know me, my name is Shane Coyle. I expose child predators. Hunt them down. Use my ability. There you are, Bobby. Bobby, BJ, just stay put for 1 second. I'm going to pull you live. And we're going to put this truth to light and the disgusting, sick things that Aaron Carter has said about your deceased sister to rest. Those of you that don't know what's going on, Aaron Carter is a man who's delusionally fabricating so many different things, so many different obscure atrocities that he's gaining public eye to all types of people, individuals that are seeing him make up the lies about his brother Nick, which that is going to be 100% exposed, and I assure you. And yes, I'm speaking directly to Melissa. Everything that I've said so far was going to happen has happened. And now we're going to put a disgusting lie to bed. If you just seen the YouTube video that I posted on my YouTube channel, you heard Jane Carter, Aaron Carter's mom, who could no longer stand the insanity that Aaron was putting her through during her supposed help that was being blessed by Aaron. Aaron didn't help his mother. He put his mother in some of the deepest, darkest depths of fear while she was on that trip. Didn't even make it to his house. Was kicked out of his car to find her own ride back to where she is now. BJ Carter, Aaron's sister, BJ, who I'm about to bring up on live, knows 200% of all the truths and everything that's going on, knows Aaron's lies, hand in hand, through and through. She has been put through hell herself. Those of you that have heard Aaron speak, you have heard Aaron depict his sister BJ as a drug addict, as a child abuser, as a ruthless, worthless individual. I'm here to tell you that BJ is everything opposite of what Aaron Carter has depicted her to be. And Aaron constantly talks about silencing truth, and he doesn't want anybody to silence him. Well, BJ's been silent for a long time. And after speaking with BJ, I told her it'd be a wonderful idea to bring the truth that she told me out to public, because it's very important not only for BJ's own self-image, not for her, not for her mother, not only for Nick, not only for Lauren, not only for all members of the family, but members of the deceased family as well. Leslie, who's not here to speak her truths, who's not here to say Aaron Carter is lying. And we're going to go ahead and get to that right now. So let's bring BJ, Aaron Carter's sister, who's been through hell and back and is still, unfortunately, sitting in hell because of her brother. BJ, I'm going to pull you live right now. Okay. And BJ, I'm going to let you talk. There we go. Hi, BJ. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I know that's an understatement, and I know that it's been a very emotional day, especially talking with a guy that talks 100 miles an hour like me.
Hold on. I'm really
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So
Take your
let me,
time.
see if I can get some light. Okay. That's what they count on me not doing this freaking shit, you know. So
Don't worry about it.
About me.
Take your time.
All right. We're good.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
I know that you are nervous. I know that.
See, I have lots of teeth.
Yeah, she's beautiful. You're beautiful. Everything that Aaron Carter said, obviously, everything that Aaron Carter said about his sister BJ is 100% lie.
I had no idea either. That's the sad thing, is that I've been in such a bubble that my mother has put me in, and she had to come in. Let me tell you, she deserved everything she got from him. She really did. I'm sorry, she did.
It's okay. There's a lot of anger. And
Before
you know what?
they left on that little road trip, they left a path of destruction at me. They caused me eviction.
Wow.
Which is fine because my house is infested with asbestos. I've had to send my daughter away.
God, your 4-year-old.
I watched my mother's dogs and took care of them, and it was a lot of work, believe me, because I'm not in the best health, and it's not because of drugs. I have a medical condition I'm not ready to discuss. I'm not
you don't
going
have
to
to
go around and use that for anything. But I worked hard and took care of those dogs, and the money that I was supposed to make from taking care of those dogs was supposed to get me out of this house.
Wow.
So, and then they called Child Protective Services on me, which I got the paper unfounded. And I had the actual chief of police for Hernando County came to my house and said, I'm done letting them railroad you.
And everybody knows, just so everybody knows, I did see the release of investigation of the Child Protective Order on BJ that was wrongfully placed on her due to, again, Aaron's demonic nature and everything going on in BJ's life. So, BJ, congratulations on being proven to be the good mother that you are. So I say that again with the utmost heartfelt words. That's awesome, for real. So I know that we discussed what we want to talk about and what we don't, and we want to keep a lot at bay till you're ready without forcing you into anything. You had a sister. You had a very beautiful sister named Leslie.
And I was the closest one to her.
Leslie has been getting degraded by Aaron on a daily basis. A lot of wrong things have been being said to the public by Aaron Carter, along with the accusations of Nick being a rapist, which are also untrue, and they will be proven. Aaron Carter, expect us. The allegations that Aaron states about your sister Leslie, can you tell everybody what you've heard him allegating happened to him versus what truly happened?
Well, when he started the allegations, it was when my mom was in her little rehab thing over the summer, and my mom, Aaron took all of the money from the doctor's show, which he was supposed to split with my mom, and went and bought guns with it. He did not inherit any guns from my father. My father had 2 guns left, and he was living in a tour bus. And the only person that got anything from my father was me. I got his toaster and his banana hammock that hangs his bananas on, because his estranged wife got everything because they were still married. We didn't even get his body. So Aaron's full of shit. So that's number 1. Number 2, my dad was not in the military for 25 years. He was in there for a year. He was kicked out because he was selling drugs, period. You really want to know the fucking truth? There you go.
Well, you know.
So that's number 1, or number 1 and 2. Man, it's like there's so much. Like,
it's okay. Yeah, listen.
I go to therapy, and like the first appointment, she's like, "So, what brings you here?" I'm like, "Where the hell do I start?
Are you ready? Yeah.
Where do you want to fucking start?" And she's like, "Well." After the session, she's like, "Well, we were only going to see you once a month for 30 minutes. I'd like to see you for an hour every week."
Every day. No.
Twice a week, you know.
Listen, BJ, I turned off commenting. This way nothing can distract you from what you're doing. Well, I want you to do me a favor first, BJ. What? Before you say another word, I want you to understand that you're an amazingly beautiful woman who has endured every possible kind of negativity known. And nothing else can be done to you that hasn't already been done.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I'm not scared of them. I have no skeletons. You know what I mean?
Good.
I'm not a perfect person. I've had my demons, and I've battled with my things, but I don't need to go and get paid to go get help. I know I know the difference between right and wrong.
Amen.
And him and my mother are willing to sell their souls to the devil to get a couple dollars, and those two are two of a kind. So, and that's why they butted heads, you know.
Well, Aaron has spoken so openly and so crazily about his brother Nick, and Nick sold his soul to the devil. And Nick, now this is the same Nick that I see.
He steals my lines too, by the way. I used to write. He used to call me up and say, "Can I write an Instagram something clever for him?" So anything clever was always me.
Okay, well, we're speaking about non-cleverness. He speaks about Nick.
That's a really harsh accusation, you know.
Well,
especially coming from someone like him, got a lot of nerve saying shit like that.
You know, especially when Nick is on live on Twitter reading Christian stories to his beautiful little ones. You know what I mean? It's like,
well, he didn't bank. Him and my mother both didn't bank on me catching wind of what they were doing, because they've tried to keep me isolated and discredited, and my self-esteem. Like, I always thought I was standing side by side with my mother, but in fact she was standing on top of me. You know. And Aaron always to my face was like, "Oh, I love my big sister." And then I'd see, like, you know, that show on the doctors, and he's like, "I was the one who had to deal with my mom through all her shit. I live next door to my mother. You really want to know who's been dealing with her? Me." He says, "I dealt with all the late night shit. First of all, she didn't drink at night. She drank in the morning." So,
and you know what?
It's just list goes on, you know.
It's pretty crazy, because I've actually had the chance to speak to Jane, and Jane has seen what Aaron's doing, and it's almost like she's completely distanced herself from him now because she sees what he's doing and what he's
Oh,
about.
she's
And
always a victim too. She's full of it. Don't let her fool you. Please don't.
take me.
She is always a victim. She has taught him. Those two are always the victim, you know. And for somebody like Aaron to jump on that Me Too movement when he's got that skeleton lingering in his closet that I know about, he's got a lot of fucking nerve. Let me tell you.
Well, it's time to take that skeleton out. Take me to the night that you and I spoke about when Leslie was, your sister Leslie, who's now deceased, rest in peace, God bless her soul. Take me to the night Leslie was laying in the room with you for hours on end.
I mean, Leslie always had some behavioral issues, and she was kind of labeled like she was bipolar before anybody knew what bipolar was, you know, because she was constantly being labeled as the bad kid in the family, and I think that kind of made her a target for Aaron, even at a very young age. You know, however it happened, I don't know, but you know, oh God.
Want me to guide you? Want me to guide you? It's okay.
No, I just don't. I don't know.
You let it out of your heart.
I feel like it's just adding more fuel to the fire. Like, I just don't know. It's like,
well,
I mean,
let's put it this way, hon.
The truth of it is, it didn't happen the way that he said it did. Okay.
Aaron states that
and
his sister
there was blackmail involved with it because Aaron knew that he was the money maker and the golden child, and Leslie was the bad one, and nobody would believe her, and he wouldn't leave her alone, and she was tormented by it. And so you read between the lines. You know what I mean?
Aaron states,
I cannot physically fucking say it. You know what I mean?
Aaron states here, let's put it this way. Aaron states that his deceased sister, Leslie, raped him and molested him for years.
It was the other way around.
Okay. And that's what is so important for people to know.
I found out. It took me hours to get it out of her. And it was like hitting a brick wall. And he's always been so emotionless. He only cries for himself, you know? I mean, I can't fathom that he does not understand, like, that his lot, like, people there, I know the truth. That They put me in this little hole, in this little box, to try to keep me quiet. And I've been quiet for a long time. But Aaron knows that when I speak the truth and only the truth.
Amen.
You know,
God.
They tried to do everything they could before they left to discredit me and have me Baker acted. They couldn't do it. Why? Because I don't have any skeletons. Amen. So, and they did that for a reason. And I say they because my mother and him were in 100% cahoots. Okay. She and him, I had enough when I saw the video, the Instagram thing. I wasn't on Instagram or any of that at that time. I guess I had one the whole time. I didn't realize I had it. I forgot. But I heard him. I knew that when those pictures of him in the hospital, and, you know, it was all staged and boo-hoo, poor
curled
Aaron,
up like a fetus.
You know, was there ever a diagnosis or a reason stated? No.
He was driving that
doctor
night.
Shopping.
Yeah.
Okay. He asked me, okay, because I worked up the courage. I had a restraining order on my mom, a temporary restraining order, because of what she has been doing to me. And the day that her and Aaron were going to leave, I was supposed to be going to court to get the permanent one. I didn't go for two reasons. One, because I was threatened and intimidated that they were there waiting for me and I was going to regret it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't go. Number two, because I don't have a car anymore because my mother, who has 3 cars now, I took over the payments on her car and then never got it in writing. And so she took it back. Now I have no car. So
wow.
I didn't get there. And so I rented a car that day and I worked up the courage all day, right? And I went over to my mom's house. She lives next door to me. And I banged on that door. Well, Aaron came out of there like a bat out of hell, all bugged out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's manic all the time.
Yeah. And I mean, more than likely under the influence.
I mean, who knows? Like, it's something. It's always something. I mean, how can somebody say they're in recovery like that? Like, I mean, it's such a freaking joke, Aaron. Like, when
I
are
don't know
you
if,
going to fucking be a man and fess up? You have a better chance of saving your career, possibly, if you fess up to your shit and be a man and stop talking about the love and the this and the lies and poor me. It's bullshit. It's
yeah.
all bullshit.
Yeah,
Okay?
and the biggest
All
thing,
bullshit.
and I know, but for the people watching, did you see his confession on my Facebook page of him admitting all the text messages to the underage girls and all that? Did you see that yet?
Oh, he thinks he can make a statement and get off. Oh, I was on drugs. First of all, that phone never leaves his hand. Second of all, everybody's got a freaking passcode on their phone. That's the biggest cop out bullshit lie I ever heard. Aaron, come off of it, dude.
Thank
For
you.
real, you fucking
Thank you.
serious?
Thank you. And
I
for
mean,
what I
for
stand for, I
real.
had to step back.
It's always somebody's hacked or this or that. He was dead for 3 days. I mean, fuck, Aaron, really? When are you gonna fucking see that you look like a moron? You know? I mean,
Well,
come on.
he's going to have plenty of time to do that,
It's
but it might be in the
so
reflection of a
freaking
toilet.
insane. He thinks he's untouchable. I mean, he literally thought he was going to take my daughter out of my away from me.
It's
That
disgusting
day,
that
him
he
and my
did
mother.
that.
I said it'll be a cold day in hell over my cold dead body, motherfuckers.
And
I got no skeletons anymore, baby.
let me say
No.
this again. Congratulations on proving the fact that you are a good mother, and the fact that Aaron tried to have your
I shouldn't have
child
had to do
taken
that,
from
but
you
I
is
was glad
disgusting.
to do it.
But that's
Yeah.
just another vision, another proof that Aaron's lies and his vengeful tactics of the Joker, so to speak, are
It's
just sick.
so crazy. Like, why isn't a professional, why isn't a doctor analyzing him? They're sending freaking police officers and orderlies over. They don't know how to, he's freaking Ted Bundy. I mean, like, you know, he's on the verge. He's that psychopathic, you
Or
know,
either that or
and
Jerry
he knows
Sandusky.
how to, he thinks he's charming and he knows how to fast talk you and he'll talk over you into submission. But he's, you know, he knows better with me because I'll call him on his shit, you know.
And that's what you're doing right now. And you know what?
I've had it.
You've
I didn't want to
suffered.
have to do this. I really didn't. I would have been happy to live a quiet life, but they fucked with me one too many times.
And that's
okay?
and it's all you could take. You know,
My reputation. No wonder fucking nobody ever talked to me because my mother.
You're suffering right now. You're suffering, and it's hard to sit back and watch your little brother jump on a tour while he's got child predatorial nature, while he's depicted your sister who's deceased as claiming that your sister raped him when, as you say, it was the other way around. Leslie told you this, right?
I confronted him about it, like whenever he taken my mom.
Tell me about that. Wait. BJ? Bear with me, guys. BJ, I'll pull you back up if it falls. Hang tight, guys. BJ, I'm going to pull you back up. Ready? Okay, hold on. Guys, if you can, I'm going to bring BJ back up. BJ, I'm going to pull you back up, hon. Thanks.
I think I got hacked. Aaron hacked me. He's out to get me.
Oh, God, I have to laugh. That's great. And you noticed that, right? So you noticed it too.
He hacked me. They're coming to get me.
Aaron hacked you. Oh, sorry. That's funny as shit, man. We're telling ourselves so serious. I got to laugh. It's good. BJ, listen.
Yeah, I was scared though. Like him and my mom, she left her gun in my house while she went to rehab. And then her and I got in a fight 3 days later because she dropped off some random chick at my house, didn't even ask if she could stay here, left her here for me to babysit. We got in a fight. She called the cops and told the cops I broke into her house and stole the gun in front of my daughter on Halloween. My daughter is bawling hysterically. And I'm like looking in her eyes for some kind of like love, like, you know, that's not true. You put it in my fucking lobster pot. Like, what the fuck, you know? I mean, and my daughter Bella goes, well, you can take the fingerprints off the lobster pot. And She's running around
God
telling
bless her.
my grandma tried to have my mommy arrested on a false gun charge. And
That's
then
so sad.
I wasn't able to take her trick-or-treating. And then I got a text message from my mother saying that I should be ashamed of myself. Thanks,
What do you
Mom.
what do you think of Aaron's GoFundMe page?
He doesn't have any money. He's broke. He's saying that the whole family wants his money. He doesn't have any.
Well,
He
he
doesn't have
apparently
any.
paid
And
me
now
six
he's
figures.
really
So,
fucked because he's dug himself into a hole where he's probably not going to get any work.
so then it's safe to say